Hey everyone, how's it going today? Welcome to my how-to exercise video series. Today we're going to be going over the shoulder press. So I'm going to talk about how to do a shoulder press, show a little video, and kind of the things I think about when doing a shoulder press to make sure that I'm getting the best workout I can. So the shoulder press is pretty plain and simple. Essentially what you do is you either grab a barbell or a set of dumbbells and you press them over your head. This engages the front deltoid the most, along with a little bit of your side deltoid. So a couple things you want to focus on when doing the shoulder press is you want to make sure that you are going slow and making sure that you have good form. Trying to keep your back straight and really making sure that you are pressing up. Now my favorite variation of the shoulder press is the standing Arnold press. So the Arnold press allows you to get a rotational movement with your shoulders, and while standing helps you activate more of your stabilization muscles. So that's why that exercise is my favorite. A couple things you want to think about or keep in mind while doing this exercise is on the way down, you want to go just below your chin or at your chin. And then on the way up, make sure that you're keeping your back straight, as shown in the video. You can see that I do end up using my back a little bit. That's because I've been pushing myself a little bit harder on the weights. But ideally, I should have weighted down and really try to keep my back straight and making sure that I'm just focusing in on my shoulders and not using my body to help with the movement. So the shoulder shrug is an exercise that hits your traps. These are your thick neck muscles over here. So not everyone wants to do them. So if you don't want to be building up your traps, I don't recommend doing this exercise. So for the exercise, essentially what you do is you hold a bunch of weight and then you do a shrug motion with your shoulders lifting it up. So as you can see in this video, I'm doing a shoulder shrug with the barbell. So a couple things you want to focus on here is that you want to make sure that you are shrugging up and holding it for half a second. This really makes it a lot harder, and it makes sure that you're not just using body momentum to lift up the weight, and instead you're using your trap muscles and your shoulder muscles to lift that weight and hold it there for a second. Although I am doing it with the barbell in the video, my favorite variation is actually doing it with a machine. Unfortunately, I do not have access to one at the gym, so I'll leave a picture of that here. So that's the machine that I like to use with the shoulder shrug. So if you find one of those at your gym, I highly recommend using that one. It's great, it's super easy to use, and you get a really good pump out of using that machine. So the lateral shoulder raise is essentially a movement that hits your side deltoids, and what happens is that you grab a weight and you move your arm up laterally, and that works your side deltoid. So my favorite variation of this move is what they call an Egyptian stance lateral cable raise. I know that was a mouthful, but essentially all you do is a normal lateral raise, except you use a cable, and then the Egyptian stance is essentially you leaning, so you're getting a wider range of motion while also making sure that you're using less of your body and isolating more of that side deltoid. So as you can see in the video, with the lean, you do get a little more of range of motion than you normally would. So I'm able to go back down a little farther and up just as far as I normally would. This movement also allows for constant tension throughout the exercise because of where you place your feet. Also, another thing that helps with this stance is that it makes sure that the plane of motion is in the correct spot. So you don't want to be doing a lateral raise essentially going forward or in front of you or to behind you. You want to keep it to the side, and having that cable in between your feet really helps make sure that that is happening. The rear delt fly can be done using dumbbells or with a fly machine. One thing to think about when doing this exercise is adjusting the height. So you'll want to adjust the height so that when your arms are reached out, they aren't exactly parallel with the ground. You want your arms a little bit lower than that. One other thing I like to do is I like to kind of push my chest forward a little bit and put my hips back in the seat. This kind of lets me really focus in on my rear delts throughout the motion. I feel like I can get a little more weight with it, and it just really feels good. So you can try that out. Let me know what you think. So that's all I have for today. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Thank you very much. Bye.